Hello, everybody. Alexander Perovich from Think Simplicity, one of the founders.
Joe DeChantis, the other founder. And
And yeah, let's talk about the Choice Show. We're going to give you some highlights, what we noticed, some trends, maybe some insight on unrequested, unsolicited insight, but you'll get it anyways. And yeah, we'll go from there.
sounds good. Let's get into it. Now, we were at the Choice Annual Convention in Las Vegas, which is always a great show to attend. And I noticed a bunch of vendors going into areas that doesn't really seem even aligned, right? Did you notice that? I know we talked about that.
Yeah. We saw phone vendors now selling microwaves, coffee providers now providing on-site electrical car charging units. These are all they're all aligned, I guess, one way or another through a squiggly line. You can make the connection, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe not that drastic, but but something along those lines.
Yeah, I found it quite strange too how the theme of the company or the product now span multiple areas. They weren't apples to apples or even offshoots or direct connects. I don't want to get into specific vendors or anything like that because we're in communication. We'll use that as an example. If we're now into communication and then we start pushing hotel housekeeping services, whatever it is, selling towels or whatever, it just kind of doesn't align properly. Imagine the hoteliers too. You get us, you get the disconnected services that don't relate to each other. And then you switch vendors. What happens? Now you got to find two vendors to satisfy these unrelated products, or I don't know. It sounded weird. It reminded me of the Triple Play guys. You remember that? Which is coming full circle again.
Yeah, it's coming full circle. I mean, there's pros and cons to it, obviously. I know a lot of hoteliers want to deal with less vendors, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? Less vendors, but at a certain point, if you're dealing with vendors that may not be specialized in certain areas, how beneficial is it, right? And what cost are you actually saving if you're partnering with vendors that may not be specialized in
Right.
that service you're getting, right?
Right. So you get the alignment is off. And then also you get this tech stack now. The hotels have a bunch of applications from either a single vendor or even multiple vendors. It doesn't matter. But then what's happening is these loops are not closing. And what I mean by that, it's like guest service loops. Like the issue I had at the hotel, they got AI, they got, the phone system in the room, hit the
Texting.
button and call them. None of it worked for the requests that I needed. And so the loop wasn't closed. They have all this technology. AI couldn't satisfy a simple request. Calling the speed dial code from the room, I was on hold for 25 minutes while I was getting ready for the trade show. Nobody answered. I abandoned that. So, I mean, the alignment is off, the tech stack is huge, and then the loops are not closed. So I gave them poor rating, even though my room was great, the hotel staff was great, but they couldn't help me. So what's the purpose of, it's like just renting a room and now you're on your own. You don't need any of their services because all this tech stack is causing me more friction because you tell me you got it, you tell me to use it, and it doesn't work. So tech stack, alignment, the loops, the guests are getting frustrated with all this. And I'm sure the hotel staff is getting frustrated when the guests get frustrated, right?
Yeah, and I think because there are a lot of new technologies coming to market, that a lot of businesses want to utilize those new technologies, but maybe they're still a little, even premature. They're just getting into it because the buzz is around it, right? So they go into it. But yes, it doesn't complete the loop. It's almost like a buffer, right? It handles a
Yes.
first line call, but you end up in the same place.
Well, I think if they didn't have those technologies, okay, let's say they didn't have the AI, I would do the old school method, just call them directly. They would know they don't have the AI, so they would answer the phone. But when the hotel and the staff knows that they have these other services that They don't have to support the guests anymore. So they get services to support the guests that the services can't support the guests. And the people that are support the guests no longer have to do it or want to do it because they have those services to support the guests. So guess what happens? Massive pitfalls all around. So your guest satisfaction will drop. Don't get AI unless it solves a problem. AI needs to solve a problem, needs to close all the loops, because it's going crazy. I can't stand AI if it doesn't work. Areas where it works, it's fantastic. I would rather talk to AI all day because it got so much knowledge, it was trained properly, knows what it's doing. But the ones that they just get it for the sake of getting it and pay the bill every month to have it in there so that they don't have to answer the phone, I'm not interested.
Well, yeah, I mean, when we launched our solution 15 years ago, we were one of the first in our arena to do it. And the technology, the supporting technology like the internet circuits and that, they weren't ready yet. And so there is that phases, and AI is at the first phase.
And I believe the vendors who are very meticulous, the clients, the hoteliers who are very meticulous, and the ones that are slow to adopt will be the ones that will have greater success. The ones that go first thing out to market and they adopt it and they do it and they don't test it, they don't run it through the paces thoroughly, they can just brag they have it. That is very dangerous because it's hard to get a customer back. It's going to cost you X amount of money to get them back, as opposed if you've just done it right the first time. So yeah, let's get AI, or yeah, let's get this software. Oh, let's get this. But now you've lost so many customers say, hey, I'm not coming back. I'm not going back there. Things aren't working properly, right?
Yeah. And just to confirm, because we're also, we're working with AI internally. We love it. It's just, I think it's just maybe a little early.
Yeah, it's got to be done properly. What were some of the other things, quick, that we experienced?
Well,
the hoteliers talking about?
Yeah, one feedback we got was in our space was a lot of hoteliers were getting spam calls.
Yeah.
You know why?
No, tell me.
Well, they're not using our solution, right? It was only the people that weren't using our solution that were getting them.
I know, it's true. I know.
Right.
Yeah, it is a problem, right? It's not that they can block that one number if they have the ability to block the number, because a lot of solutions don't have that ability. You have to call their support, you have to send an email, they'll remotely block it. So they don't have that one that the hotel can block it immediately, but the numbers change, right? So if the provider doesn't have reputation tracking, identification, classification, stir and shake in, those elements, hey man, you can get service from anybody. Doesn't mean it's gonna help you. It may cause you more problems. Talk to me about the vendor switching. Did you sense anything there? Like when they went to a new vendor and they go through this whole forklift install, did you get any comments about that?
So yeah, well, some of them had not so great experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to, because I got the same sentiment too. Over promise, under deliver.
Yeah, I find we've come to a point now where everyone's trying to get as efficient as possible, like financially cost efficient as possible. Yeah. But what happens is if you go too cost efficient, you're going to be giving up something. I think that's what's happening, and not just in our space or with hoteliers. I find that in general, and we saw that. We saw that with hoteliers coming up to us and telling us that.
Yeah, that's a shame too, because you go to a trade show and everybody has their, best foot forward. They got their makeup on. They got their booth is all manicured. Everything looks great. Promises are abundant. And then you go through a transition and you get this buyer's remorse thinking, hey, this wasn't what was pitched to me.
And that's, the age-old question, right? If it's too cheap, it's probably cheap. Right?
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And the AI, obviously AI is everywhere, right? But the next transition or the next evolution of this is going to be AI to AI communication, right? We're going to get to a place where our AI agent talks to your AI agent or talks to another AI agent to solve a problem. So if a guest texts our AI agent, says, it could be anything, door locks, could be whatever. We can communicate with third-party vendors, AI agents, to say, hey, I got a guest so-and-so, I qualified the guest, security checks are in place, it's a legitimate request, can you unlock the door, or whatever it is. So working with other vendors, cool. AI agents. So the handoff, the security elements, the communication protocol around that. It's going to be pretty crazy out there. Like, the future is exciting. So I think what we should do, Joe, going forward, let's talk about the alignment and closing of the loop, because I think this is going to be a trend. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. All right. If you want any insights, topics for us to discuss in the future, put a comment below and we'll get to it. Thank you very much.